let's begin with what it is that you're waking up to today in the morning in terms of your business. Now, it is astonishing that we are actually losing a lot of maize to aflatoxin. Now, let me just get the value for you so that you know what numbers it is that we're talking about this morning. Here we are. Now, the country actually loses slightly 6 tons of maize to aflatoxin every year. Now, to be very specific, this year. So let's talk about how many bags are those. Now, wait for it. 125,000 bags of maize that we're losing to aflatoxin every year. You know what that means? If we lose them locally, then it means that we have to import. So let's look at the value of imported, and I'm talking about unmilled maize that comes into the economy, because yes, you gotta look at that as well if you're talking about losing those bags to aflatoxin. All right, there they are. Now, the value of imported maize and milled into the country, you could see actually that from 2015 to 2019, we are talking about that high value, which actually jumped in 2017, and we do know what that really means. But if you look at 2018 to 2019 again, we are talking about an increased value of imports, all right, of maize into the country. We're talking about billions of that. And this figure that we're talking about this morning, the 125,000 bags that we're losing, is exactly what is going to paint a clear picture into why that value looks like that. All right, closely now, let's look at exactly what is happening to BAT. Now, for those people who know, this week, CS Kagwe did actually say that one of their products, lifts, is illegal. All right. Now, the thing is, we do know exactly where BAT stands financially, and if we're going to look at BAT, then you're actually going to look at it from the financial strength this year. So is this going to affect the performance this year in any way? That means that we have to look at the selected performance at this half year, and we're talking about all the way to June this year. That's exactly where we are. Half year selected performance, the revenue and the net income before taxes, and total net income. That's exactly what it is that we're talking about, because we do know they had plans to actually invest in these nicotine pouches, which, as we do know, everybody who had these plans then has to reconsider. We're talking about 2.5 billion in terms of investments that BAT actually wanted to push to that direction. So whether this is going to affect their performance or not is still something that we're waiting to see. But we do know this morning we are going to make you understand why Lyft is considered illegal in the country. Health experts in the house this morning. Good. So let's talk about Mitumba as well. Now, the question is, though, is that the government really plans to also reduce the importation of Mitumba into the country, with the whole idea of improving the local textile industry. So the question is it possible, therefore, that it's actually going to make us prop up the local textile industry? Okay, let's take a look at the value of imports, quantity of imports of Mitumba second-hand clothing into the country. Now, let's talk about that number. From 2017 all the way to 2019, we keep on seeing that rising. And if we're going to talk about the value, look at that. So we're going to talk about close to 18.4 billion in terms of the value of those second-hand imports. So with the view that this can be translated into the local textile industry, then that means, therefore, that yes, we could be talking about propping up this local textile industry. Whether that is going to happen or not, we're still waiting to see. This morning we're supposed to have that conversation with local small players, but we do promise that we're going to get back that sooner. Other things that we're waking up to this morning: KTDF factory director elections have been given a green light to continue, and Treasury now also wants updates on the key projects that are being implemented into the country all the way from 2017, as Jubilee looks to get out of office in 2020.